Cheers, everybody. Welcome to the third episode of the Drinking Tea with MK podcast. And today we're not drinking tea, unfortunately, because I'm unable to film next week. So I film both episodes today, and I am what you would call caffeine overload right now. I drank 12 cups today, so I'm had a lot of caffeine. I need a bit of a water break. So yeah, and I want to touch on a couple of things today. It's going to be more about Marvel again. I've been on a very Marvel-y mood for the last 3 episodes. We're going to move away from Marvel a little bit this episode, and talk about a couple other things. Talk about Batman Cape Crusader. I watched the very first episode after the last podcast episode, funny enough, and I have a few things to say. I don't know how I feel about this show. Like, I enjoy it. It's a Batman show, and it's kind of old-timey. But it's not like grabbing my attention. Like, yeah, My Adventures with Superman is like really grabbing my attention, really making me feel like, really getting me going, really making me feel hype. You know, really getting my emotions kind of like, you know, I'm excited every week. Whereas this Cape Crusader show, I'm not as excited about it. Like, you know what I mean? Generally speaking, but we can talk about that in detail later on. I want to go over Kingdom Hearts again because I kind of got sidetracked when talking about Kingdom Hearts in the last episode. So I want to give it proper time this episode. And not just say, I like that, I like the Aladdin world, I like Disney, yay. You know, I don't want to just go on like that, you know, I want to actually talk about what I enjoy about the game in more depth this episode. I don't know what that voice was, don't ask. I can't do voices like my brother can. My brother is on point with those voices, man. He can do any voice. Like, you give him a celebrity, he can probably match it. It's crazy shit. He's pretty good at it. I would love to be a voice actor, man. Like, have that skill set. I kind of want to do it just for the videos, so I can like go into voices of stage and just like pull out like my Willem Dafoe voice, or pull out like I don't know, you know, Wolverine or something. I don't know. It's a whole thing, man. I talked a lot. Like, last episode was a focus on like gaming as a medium, right? Talking about that. And that's an interesting conversation, but I could talk to death about how the game industry is going to hell. So we're not going to do that anymore because I don't know. Again, I think there's not too much to be said. It's just going to see how it plays out. The death of physical media is very sad. It's unfortunate. It's very sad. But my conversations and complaining about it doesn't mean I don't love games. I still love games to bits, man. It's just so, like, you know what I mean? Xenoblade, man. My goal with this channel, right? My stated goal in my head, outside of every other goal I have, like a side goal I had was to be like, if I ever got popular on this sort of thing, it was like, oh yeah, I can just like make Xenoblade like a really popular franchise, and like make Inazuma 11, like single-handedly revive Inazuma 11 as a franchise. You know what I mean? And then we got a new game, and I was just happy enough. Man, the new tournament mode, I didn't actually play much of that new tournament mode. But man, Inazuma 11, I haven't got a chance to talk about it in detail. But man, that story mode was so good. I never thought I needed like a return to a slightly more grounded version of Inazuma 11 with like a story about Mark's son and some random guy, or Destin Billows, who can't play football anymore. Such a well written story for Inazuma. It was really good. And I loved it, man. Pick up Victory Road if you haven't, man. It's so good. It's actually really good. And I haven't talked about Inazuma much. Like, I talked about it a bit in shorts, but man, the story, like, the cutscenes are made by Mappa, which is really, really cool. You know, Mappa are somehow doing incredible work. I don't know how. The amount of stuff they're working on, I don't know how they do incredible work. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But they do. And they did it with Inazuma, and apparently, are they supposed to be working on Persona 6 cutscenes? Or Persona 4 revival cutscenes. I don't know if I'm completely talking out my ass. Again, as we established already, I just say shit. Like, some stuff I will research, like, don't get me wrong, but like, not for this podcast. I don't touch my computer when this camera's rolling unless it's like something stupid. I just talk off the dome. That is what I'm trying to do here, you know? So don't take anything I say with confirmed dates. Like, I know for a fact Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is coming out on the 17th of September. That could be wrong. Probably isn't. I just watched the direct, but it could still be wrong. Um, but yeah, no, like that was like one thing I really wanted to do at some stage was because I know people who like Jacksepticeye. If he plays a game, instantly it's popular again. You know, I just wanted to do that because as when it like during COVID when I started this account, I was like, I don't know. I was talking about random shit just to pass the time. Talking about One Piece because I got really invested into One Piece. As you can see, I mean, look at this beautiful setup for One Piece. I love this setup. Big ups to everyone who's gifted me some of this shit. Like the Christmases and birthdays with the disc plates and like the One Piece volumes I all got myself. But like a lot of this is just Christmas gifts, like the Mando helmet, the Iron Man helmet, the disc plates. Like this setup is the blood, sweat, and tears of everyone who's given me a Christmas gift. Big up, lads. It's a really cool setup. I've never talked about the setup much, but it's a really cool setup. But my whole thing was I wanted to like obviously just talk and have a bit of fun and keep a record of my life through the years because it's cool to see yourself through the years. Like I'm going back and seeing the acne-filled disgrace that I am, and I like the glow up is great. The glow up is crazy. Like I actually love how I look right now. But like being in the camera has made me so much more confident. Like, oh, I don't know, man. And I won't lie, even hate comments on like shorts and shit is so funny. I love that stuff. It's like some of the comments about the eye and shit. Oh, gas. I don't know. Or the funniest one I got back in the day was like, bro looks like an NFT, and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then Sid the Sloth is a good one because I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna lean into that. You know, get the Sid the Sloth like not figurine, but like Teddy, like Bolt. I still have him here. My goat. We might just leave him on my shoulder. Right? Can I leave him on my shoulder? Yeah, he might be a new mascot. Pokemon. He's my Pokemon, lads. All right, yeah, use my Pokemon. Here we go. Yeah, come on. All right, we're gonna talk like this for a minute. Anyway, yeah, Inazuma 11, crazy stuff, man. Like an incredible game. I love personally. I won't lie. I think Chrono Stones might still be my favorite. I enjoy 3 a lot, but I replayed 3 recently, and like Chrono Stones, I think gameplay wise is the best. Story wise might not be, but it's like such a wacky story. It's just kind of wild. It's like the Android Saga with more whimsy, you know. I really enjoy that, but I really want people to get invested in this. In Inazuma, man, I want Inazuma to take over the world. Inazuma and Xenoblade take over the world, lads. You know what I mean? That's the shit. That's what I want. That's my aim. You know, my aim, bro. You know, take over the world with Inazuma sales and Xenoblade becoming the most popular Nintendo franchise of all time. There you go. Those are my stated aims. Especially the Xenoblade one. But yeah, no, like it was really good going back to basics, and I like the new style they did for Switch with the gameplay. I put like 200 hours into this game by now, and as I said, with time consumption, that's a big statement. The 20 minutes with a cup of tea over the course of half a year did a bloody number, man. And then obviously the first week when it came out, when I put in like 30 hours, Jesus, I got sick around that week. Perfect timing to get sick, man. I got brutally sick. I got terribly sick this year, just getting sick constantly in terms of like vomiting bugs, man. I got 2 vomiting bugs this year, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. If I had a nickel for every time. Is that Dr. Doofenshmirtz, by the way? Because like, oh, I love that show. Phineas and Ferb clips on TikTok are incredible. I watched it growing up as a kid, and I don't remember it being as funny as the clips are. But like anything with Doofenshmirtz in it is hilarious. Ferb is the goat, man. Ferb really is the goat. And Vanessa and Doofenshmirtz stuff is like actually really, really cute. I like that in kids shows when like kids shows have like really cute characters and like really actually good development over an episodic period of time. It's actually crazy. Like, and the creator of Phineas and Ferb is on TikTok, and he like responds to comments and does loads of bits with people. It's actually really cool. It's the beauty of the internet, like that sort of stuff, you know? It's actually really cool. I think it's Dan Papenmeyer or something. Ups to the goat, man. Let's go. But yeah, that's the sort of stuff I really like personally. where was I going with this? Oh yeah, that was the nickel comment. Yeah, um, the two nickels thing. Yeah, like that was weird this year, but it worked out. The first time it happened, it worked out perfectly because Inazuma 11 Victory Road came out, and I could put in loads of hours, and the story was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy the new characters, though the moves are kind of hit and miss. Like Rika's really fun. Caleb is it Caleb? I can't know. The names are gonna be iffy. Like the big fella. This game's big fella is really fun, and obviously what's your man's name? Brown, like the rich guy with the weird purple hair. He's pretty fun, but his moves are kind of shit. You know what I mean? Him as a character is kind of fun, but his like special moves are kind of shit. Like Rika is fun all around. She has some really cool special moves, and then Caleb is fun because he just like I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of character development until the end of the game when he has like the big moments in the final match. But he's just fun. He's just a good. He's the like. There's a lot of big fella archetypes, and I don't know the big fella who's really fast and has like a fitness mother and is like a big dancer and is like can mixy max as Rika is just funny. I don't know. It was just a fun ride. You know, Destin Billows is really cool. His relationship with Har like or fuck man, I'm forgetting the English names. I'm mixing them up. Harper Evans, right? And then what's your man's name? I think it's Nika because I was like, oh yeah, it's I was just like Luffy's kid, bro. I was like, yeah, whatever. I think it's Nika. Yeah, he's cool as well. All these characters are pretty cool, but it's like the only thing I'm not the biggest fan of with this game in terms of the cast is that only 5 characters are relevant and the rest of them are selected cast. I kind of would have liked the whole team of relevant players, but that's just me. They pinpointed where they wanted to go with this story and kind of focused on that. Yeah, what like, but it worked. I enjoyed the cast that was there. I just also wish there was new moves for it. I think that's the big thing. And like what we got for this game, like this game has everything. You have all the previous matches. You can create. You have your ultimate team mode. You have online. You have your story mode. And the story mode is so good. I think it's worth the price on its own. And personally, I think that's the best thing because you can just enjoy the game for what it is. You don't have to put that much time into it if you don't want to. You can just enjoy the story and move on, or you can invest into the online and the Chronicle mode. I wonder though, like obviously for me, I got involved in the online a little bit, but Chronicle mode was fun for me. But I don't know if you're like, they're not that challenging like the competition route style stuff, and I don't like the randomness of the bond star things. But I don't know if that helps. Like when you're not, I don't know if it helps retention. Does it? Is that why they put it in? Like Xenoblade 2 put it in as well. Does that actually help retention for games, or no? Because I highly doubt that it does, right? I've been thinking about that a lot. Like, that's Xenoblade 2's biggest flaw, is the core crystal system. Like, does that actually help with games over the course of time? I don't think it does. Like, I firmly believe it doesn't. I don't see what you get out of it besides pissing off players and making them spend meaningless time in the game, right? Like, Xenoblade 2 is like top 5 games for me of all time. It's the only problem I have with the game outside of that factory chapter. But there's still some good stuff in that factory chapter. Man, like, that's one thing actually. Moving on to Xenoblade 2 real quick. Are there Tora fans? Are there like hardcore Tora fans out there? Because like, I've never met a man who I've never met anyone who likes Tora. I've never met a man who likes Tora, but I've never met anyone who likes Tora that much, bro. I don't know. Tora, well, like Poppy is funny. Poppy has her funny moments, but Tora, bro. Tora's not that guy. You know? But I do think like that randomness, I know it's like, oh, gotcha, right? And the gotcha is annoying, right? In mobile games, it's annoying. But I let it slide because it's a mobile game. Have you noticed that like it's very hard to get into gotcha games on like PC or console? Because it's so hard to let it slide outside of mobile games. Like, cause you only play mobile games for like 10 minutes when you're like bored of your Switch for some reason, you put 50 hours into a game and you just need a small break, but you still want to have something on the screen. That's what gotcha games are, bro. That is what they are. Or like you're on the bus. Though, like, I've never known anyone who like plays a gotcha game on the bus, right? The only time I ever played a gotcha game was when I wasn't interested in anything on the Switch, and Bounty and like One Piece Bounty Rush was like pretty good. And I was having fun. I was like, Call of Duty, but One Piece characters. Let's go. And what you call it? I got into Honkai Star Rail because I liked the story, and it was fun. But man, and the lore was cool. It was the same reason I got into Overwatch, the little short films. I don't know, Overwatch did the same thing for me for a while. But I've been falling on and off with it so much. I got back into it with the fake collabs for Gilgamesh, and I don't know. Like, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. The characters are cool, but man, do I fall off that quick. I like because then you're going back and you're like, man, there's not like there's stuff there for people who like it, but gacha falls off crazy quick. It really does. The mechanic just doesn't work for retention. I don't think. I know it probably works for a lot of people because once you get hooked, you get really hooked, and if you start spending money, that's it. But like, I don't know, man. Once like portable gaming from the Switch like developed, bro, you're cooked, man. I can just play Stardew Valley on the go, bro. What else am I gonna do? It is in 111 Victory Road, Stardew Valley, Hades 2, Cyberpunk 2077. What a combination. What mobile game could beat that, you know? And thing is, right? And this is the worst thing, yeah? See mobile games like that, and like I think Final Fantasy 14 are getting the memo. Releasing on Switch 2 is what you should do, man, because a lot of your audience is moving from that to Switch 2. I'd argue so much gacha players are moving to Switch 2 to play like better games. And like you're not moving your systems over. Like people, I wouldn't personally, right? Maybe you'll get me on Final Fantasy 14 if I ever get really, really into Final Fantasy, like really deep. Maybe on Switch, because it's the only way you're getting me to play an MMO. I would never touch an MMO outside of like my phone or Switch. You're not getting me to touch it. But if I become like a real Final Fantasy head, maybe there is a chance. There is like a 20% chance I get into Final Fantasy 14 at some point in my life because it's on Switch too, and that says something. Like I don't know, man. I find myself buying games more when I know they come to Switch. And a friend of mine has said, man, you're not a true gamer. You play like or whatever. I play inferior versions of games and stuff. Like, why would you play the inferior version of a game? Bro, convenience is the most important thing. If I can play 20 minutes on a car ride or play 20 minutes before bed while having a cup of tea, like, I could play up here. This is a cool setup. But like, I like being around people. I like being in open air. Like, this room is cool and I enjoy playing games in this room, but nowhere near as much as I enjoy sitting in the living room with a cup of tea when someone else is watching TV and I'm just sitting here with a cup of tea and just like drinking tea and playing my game on my Switch. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just I like being around people or what it is. I just prefer it so much more to playing games on my own with no one around. I don't know what it is. It's a really weird thing I have where I like to be around people very frequently. Especially like just even not even talking, just being around people. I like being like in the living room. The weirdest thing I ever experienced was when I went to visit a friend for the first time, and people just weren't there. Like they lived with people, but they weren't like close. They didn't keep up with people. I was like, I've never experienced that in my life. You know, I'm not much of a room guy. I never really was. Like there were times when I liked to be in my room when I was on like party chats with people and shit. But like other than that, I don't know. You know, that's my big appeal to the Switch. I don't even bring it everywhere. When I go on holidays, I don't like to bring it many places because it's €500 and it's gonna get lost. You know what I mean? Like that shit's expensive, so I don't even bring it away with me sometimes. Like sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't, because it's a weekend holiday or something. I'm not gonna spend that time going playing Switch 2. But like I could if I knew I was not gonna be doing anything. You know, and that's why mobile games still have their place. But I do think about it a lot, like what's the appeal? Like the story of Honkai Star Rail to me is good, and like I'm so invested in One Piece. You could get me to play One Piece Sims, bro. You could get me to play One Piece anything, and I know that's like, but like outside of those two things, I'm never gonna touch anything in my life. You either have to have a good story, or you have to be One Piece related. You know, so there's not a lot of wiggle room there. Now, I think games like Overwatch and like Marvel Rivals should be on mobile. I think Switch 2 also. Switch 2, I also think. But I do find it weird that these mobile games don't move to Switch as well. Because I'm like, bro, you would definitely make a lot of money off it. Now, would it reveal how shit your game is compared to like proper console games? Probably. But like, you could, I don't know. It's free money, isn't it? That's what I always don't understand about like ports to Nintendo systems. It's like free money. Why not do it? But if we're gonna talk about gacha games, a free gacha game that's fantastic, and it only considered gacha because the core crystal system is Xenoblade 2, man. No money needs to be spent outside of the money for the game, and you're getting one of the best games of all time. Pick it up, lads. Xenoblade 2. I think it's third best game of all time in my. Mine is like Xenoblade 3, Stardew Valley, and Xenoblade 2. That's my Yeah, that's my list. It's that my top 5 is like Xenoblade 3, Stardew Valley, Xenoblade 2, God of War 1, and Fire Emblem. Fucking Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. That's like my top 5. That is my top 5. I have to think about it a lot because I have like it chops and changes a little bit, but that's like mainly my top 5, right? Xenoblade 3, Stardew Valley, Xenoblade 2, God of War 2018, and no, actually, Xenoblade 1 is ahead of Final Fantasy Rebirth. Yeah, Xenoblade 1. So there you go. That's my top 5. I think about this a lot. I love making lists of stuff. I don't know why. As I said, it's fun conversation in pubs and shit. But I love doing lists, bro. Yeah, enough talking about gacha systems in Xenoblade 2 and how gacha games are kind of crap. But let's talk about something more fun. And that is X-Man 97. I didn't get to fully talk about it last episode. I only spent like 2 minutes on it. My God, is that amazing. Like, the animation's cool, the political commentary's cool, the use of, like, the animation's amazing, actually. Bro, I see the Invincible comparisons. I know Invincible's animation is terrible. But, bro, you really, like, when you see what, like, I don't expect a lot from, like, the American animation industry. Because, like, obviously anime is, like, far surpassed it in nearly every way. But they're really upping their game now. We got Spider-Verse and we got X-Men 97. Yes, they're all Marvel products. I know. I'm hoping for Absolute Batman, the animated show, to do something for me, man. I can't wait for that to come out. Just seeing the announcement that it's getting an adaptation makes me want to read it. You know what I mean? If we're getting that, yay, man. I'm excited. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, and I think it makes it cool because it's like, bro, when I feel like I want to cosplay somebody, you're doing a good job. I was like, cosplay Magneto, cosplay Cyclops. What a choice. Hell, I think I could do a good Jean Grey. If I grew my hair out, if I grew my hair down a bit, I could do a good Jean Grey. I think I'm sexy enough for it, man. All right? What do you think? Jean Grey? Yeah, baby, look at me. I would be a great Jean Grey. Get one of my buddies to dress up as Cyclops. Let's go. That's the shot. That's the plan. Oh, that'd be hella funny. I won't lie. I would do a good Jean Grey though. I got the red hair for it. It's a bit too dark, but I can make it work. It looks darker in this video. I should have done this during the day. The joke would have made more sense. But what can you do? Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I really got invested in it. It really made me want a Spider-Man show like that. Or if we're willing to bring back shows, Spectacular Spider-Man, baby. We need to bring that back. We so need to bring that back. Oh man, it needs to be brought back. I love watching Spectacular Spider-Man, and especially because I'm a Gwen Stacy, Felicia Hardy truther when it comes to Spider-Man, bro. We need more of that in the movies. Listen, I used to not be, when I was a kid, I used to not like relationship drama in my TV shows. As I've gotten older, man, it is funny as fuck. I don't know. I don't care. Is it corny? Is it dumb? Yeah, but like Spider-Man being kind of soap opera-esque is kind of fun, you know? It's all about a bit of fun, man. I don't know, man. It's the good shit about it. I would love like a Gwen Stacy MJ love triangle, or throw Felicia Hardy in there for like Spider-Man. You know, we need that shit in the movies. I just want Black Cat in the movies, bro. That's one thing actually. That girl in the elevator scene in Spider-Man Brand New Day, when she's like, "Oh, we live in the same apartment." That is probably going to be Gwen, because they showed the spider, and I think they're going to bring in live action Spider Gwen a bit early, which, interesting. I don't know how they're going to manage it, but it's going to be cool, I think. But it could be Felicia Hardy as well. She could be trying to rob the building. That'd be funny. That would be funny as well if it was Felicia Hardy, Catwoman. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. But X-Men 97 was really cool. Like, the animation was incredible. The storyline was amazing, bro. I will say though, yeah, I'm currently like, episode 3 of season 2. It feels like a lot more build up, but I feel like it could be easily fucked up. Like, season 1 is standalone. It's fantastic. Its storyline has a beginning and end point that's really good. Rogue and Magneto and Jean and Cyclops have a great storyline. I don't care for Charles Xavier in this season, but I know he has good moments in the original show, you know? I feel like Charles is too hard to make an interesting arc with, because he's just a good guy. But he's not like conflicted with corruption like Captain America. He's just a genuine good guy, and his like conflicts are like Magneto centric, and they just make Magneto look better than him, even though he is a good character, and he's good disabled representation. So we love to see that. I still want a superpower, like a guy like Tony Stark who's in a wheelchair, who has a jetpack and a shotgun walking stick. I just, a shotgun walking stick is something I've wanted for generations, man. I would love a character to have that, like an old guy. I know they wouldn't do like a young guy like myself with a walking stick with a shotgun, but imagine it was like old Bruce Banner like Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond. If he just had a walking stick, but it was a shotgun, oh my god, would that be so cool? That would be like, I'd be like, that's me, bro. Oh, that like, I don't know, that'd be so funny. Genuinely, that'd be right up my street. I need that in my life so badly. In fact, if I ever learn to draw, that's what I'm drawing myself with a walking stick that's a shotgun. It makes the sound as well. My walking stick makes the sound. I don't have it up with me. It's downstairs, but it makes the sound as well, because you can like pull it slightly, and I don't know if it's like the relationship between the bolt. I don't. What's the spinny thing you use to tighten it? That's not. Is that a nut or a bolt? I think it's a bolt, yeah, or something. And you tighten it. When you pull a bit, it makes like the shotgun cocking sound, which I think is very. I get a great laugh out of that every time. I tried to build, like, we were doing a game design intro class back in like a couple of years back, and I didn't like it. Right, this class killed my interest in game design completely. I didn't like this class at all. But the funnest thing about it was trying to come up with an idea that was like similar to a walking stick. Now, I gave up halfway through and just stuck a like bat in between the bear's chest and just had him shoot out like this. Boom, boom, boom. It was like an alien spaceship invasion game, and it was like a side crawler, and he shot bullets out of a bat that was stuck in his chest. And I was like, originally it was supposed to be a walking stick, but bro, that class genuinely made me hate game design. I will never touch game design in my life. But the concepts I came up with, I think, were fun, and I would love to see it executed. It's just so niche that I don't think it will be, you know? But yeah, I think Charles is really cool, disability representation. Like, it's interesting to see. Now, I don't like how he's like, I think it would be more interesting for him to have semi-combative powers. I just think that'd be fun. But I just think it's harder to make him look good when he's always right next to Magneto, and Magneto is like the coolest character in the entire show. You know? One thing actually as well, right? What I want them to retcon in the MCU, and I want them to bring this up in X-Men 97 at some stage. Make Scarlet Witch and the Silver Surfer Magneto's kids, please. That is so cool. That makes the Scarlet Witch 100 times cooler. And it makes the Silver Surfer or the Silver Speedster, whatever his name is. I don't know, what is his name? The Silver Speed guy. Quicksilver. It actually makes him semi-interesting because he's related to Magneto, bro. Bring that back. But yeah, no. Back to the actual show itself and not just talking about Xavier and Magneto. Like, that storyline in season 1 was together really well. Obviously, again, it's like a soap opera. It was really cool. The inner drama of the X-Men and the action scenes were incredible. I like Storm, but like, I was not buying that love interest plotline. The rest of it was cool, but that love interest plotline was kind of really rushed. But aside from that, Storm was like sick, man. I'm sad they got rid of the Mohawk. Right, the Mohawk was cool on Storm, but her original design is so fire, though. It is so fire. And I think it is sad that she's not the leader of the X-Men. I think that would be fire. You know, because she could just bring them in on a tornado and, like, land them down and go, come to me, my X-Men. I do like how they all just call her a bleeding goddess, man. They're like, Storm the goddess. But then she doesn't, like, just one-shot all the machines by calling a tornado. You know, and just like wiping them all out, which I think would have been fun. Generally, though, I really enjoyed the cast. Wolverine not getting the spotlight is cool. I don't know, like, I don't remember being like having that much Wolverine media, but I do really like Wolverine. I like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I know that's a hot take nowadays, but I do. And Wolverine in general, though, in this show, like, I like how he takes a back seat. I do know he has relationship drama with Cyclops and Jean, but that kiss was a bit weird. Like, that kiss by Jean was a bit weird. It made no sense. Like, it obviously was like to like she was regaining her memories, and she was like, "I love Scott, but here's a little treat for you, Wolverine." But like, I think it doesn't really make sense. Like, it makes sense from like, you're regaining your memories and you're kind of trying to figure it out. But then you're like, but it just felt out of place and it never came back again. Like, I thought they were setting it up so when she's giving out to Scott, Scott's gonna figure that out because they're going through their minds and shit or whatever, right? I also think it was a missed opportunity to kill off the clone. I really think that was a missed opportunity. Like, I feel like it would have made more drama. That would have been cool. And you could have had one of them get the Phoenix powers back, because I know the Phoenix did come back at the end of the season. But like, you could have just had one of them be the Phoenix and we could have kept it permanently, because I like the Phoenix. I don't know much of the storyline, but I just like fire powers. You know? I do think, though, generally, like, I don't have much comic knowledge to base it on, but I will say Spider-Man Brand New Day made me want to read the comics. Spider-Man Brand New Day made me want to watch X-Men 97. X-Men 97 actually did make me read comics, and it also did make me download Marvel Rivals, so, you know, it is a 50-50 on how beneficial that is. But you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. But it has definitely made me want an X-Men movie and an X-Men game. And it has also made me disappointed that we're getting a Wolverine game and not like an X-Men game. I feel like Wolverine, like, I don't know. I feel like Wolverine, like, obviously I don't know if I'm going to play Wolverine either. That's the problem with Wolverine. It comes out right before Fortune's Wave. And I'm not paying like €160 in 1 week. So Wolverine is definitely going to take a backseat. 100%. Like, look, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, especially now that I'm like really invested in the Jean Grey Cyclops relationship. And I know that in Wolverine, the Jean Grey and Wolverine, or Jean Grey and Wolverine, are like exes. And I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I have no love for that like relationship whatsoever. It's not like Felicia Hardy and Gwen Stacy for Peter Parker. I have no love for like Wolverine and Jean. I don't know who I think Wolverine should be with, but it's definitely not Jean, bro. I don't know. I feel like I don't know anything about any of these characters, like really. But if we, in terms of like love interest, I know nothing from the comics. I don't know why I immediately thought Wolverine and She-Hulk. I don't know anything about She-Hulk at all from the TV show. The only thing I know about her is like from the games, like from Marvel vs. Capcom. I know nothing about her at all. She's like a character I have no knowledge of. I didn't watch the TV show. I haven't read any of her comics. I know nothing about her, but immediately I thought her and Wolverine would get on. I don't know. That has nothing. No knowledge. Just pure vibes, you know? But like, I don't know who else he could go for, to be honest. Maybe him and Beast. Maybe that's a plot line. Him and Beast, they both have beast powers, you know, they might is Wolverine like is a Wolverine an actual animal, or am I losing my mind? You know? That might work. I have no idea. I am just rambling about it right now. But I also thought, how many seasons are they gonna do? Like, is there an end to this at some stage? What is the end? Are they gonna if this is popular, how long is this gonna go? Like, imagine this goes for like 10 seasons. That shit would be mad, bro. And then if we got Spider-Man 94 back, well then Spider-Man 94 would be cool. But bro, wouldn't you just the idea of Spectacular Spider-Man coming back? Oh, I need it in my life, I really do. And with that being said, that's it for today's episode. Cheers, everybody. Unfortunately, I didn't get to talk about Kingdom Hearts this time. I did talk about X-Men 97 for a while. That's interesting. I'm very happy about that. But that means we'll get back to Kingdom Hearts when I've actually finished the game. So I'll have a full episode probably next week, probably when I get back to filming. So whenever that is, whether it's episode 4, episode 5, we'll see. But hopefully have a full episode talking about Kingdom Hearts, where I'll go into depth about my feelings on the first game and try and move towards playing Kingdom Hearts 2, which apparently is going to dethrone Xenoblade 3. So I don't know if that's good setup, but we'll see. We will see. Anyway, cheers everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next week. Goodbye, lads.